Reverend, I wanted to call Council President Kathy McBride up. She's truly, you know, people say that we're often at odds, but on this we really came together today. We spoke early this morning as soon as we heard news that 3 children were injured as a result of a shooting on Academy Park. Across the street, a gentleman also was shot, 30-year-old, and then 2 children were struck and taken to the hospital. A 3rd child was 7 years old, running from the park, and was injured when she fell and struck her head. She's also in the hospital. All are in stable and guarded condition. The 2 other children, while critical, are stable and expected to live. And it was, in fact, disturbing as the mayor of this capital city that when gunfire erupted in an alley game in progress and then indiscriminate shots were struck against 2 other juveniles. This was an utterly traumatic experience for these 2 little girls and a young man, as well as their families, their community, and to be witness to the shootings and those in the surrounding vicinity. When a child goes to a park, they should believe that they are in a safe environment. Gunshots should be the farthest from their minds. Unfortunately, that was not the case with these 3 young persons. After all, we protect them because they are Trenton's future. I just came back from Helene Full to Capitol Health along with Councilwoman McBride, and we visited their trauma center. They have a private family room off the emergency entrance where we met 2 of the moms of the shooting victims. One mom was of the 30-year-old man that was shot in the arm and the leg, and another mom, Arlea, was the mom of the 10-year-old daughter who was struck by gunfire, and also the mom of the 7-year-old that was injured while she was running away. There is a social state of emergency in the city of Trenton. We cannot continue to hear of indiscriminate shootings on a weekly basis. Our citizens deserve safe streets, safe homes, safe parks, and playgrounds. I have every confidence in Trenton Police that they will catch whomever did the shooting today. We cannot allow persons to take innocent victims while they have some irrational reason for trying to take another's life away. We have increased patrols. We have expanded community policing. We were on a steady decline until the COVID virus hit our area. This is a sad reflection of urban America today. We've all seen spikes in crime across the country. But Trenton has to do better, because we are all Trentonians and we all have to be in this together. We got to put the division down, and we got to talk to the community leaders, to the parents, to the teachers, to the school administrators, and to ensure that we're all on the same page. We have to have that dialogue, and we have to have that dialogue with people we don't like to make sure that they stop the indiscriminate shootings. We'll intervene, we'll go into the neighborhoods, but we have to have that dialogue. We can't continue to have neighborhood against neighborhood, block against another block, and it's not healthy for Trenton's future nor for our children. I'd like to bring up Kathy words.
For coming out this afternoon. This is just tragedy upon tragedy in our city. I would like to let you know that I called out the teachers. We have teachers here, we have the parent liaisons here, we have victims of violence here, and I'm speaking to you today as a mother that have lost a child. What I would like for everyone that is here in this audience to do is to take off your political hat and put on your mother's hat, your father's hat, because that is what we need in our city today. I am telling you that when I went up to that hospital and that mother fell into my arms because her 7-year-old was in the park playing, I can't bear this. I can't bear to hear a 12-year-old getting shot. The political wrangling has to stop. It has to stop today. I don't care who Mayor Reed Gussie Orr is and who he supports. He is the mayor of the city of Trenton, and it's his job and our job to make things happen until this great city. Today, we have to talk about solutions, the solution to our problem. And our problem is a bunch of components piled in together. When you have families living in 2 bedrooms with 12 children, I am telling you guys that you have to stop it. Words without deeds mean nothing to me. If you cannot put up, then I am telling you to shut up. I do not want to hear it. Your job is to roll up your sleeves and get out here and embrace these families. Find out what they need in their homes. Find out how many grandparents are raising 3 generations of children. Find out how many families under this COVID-19 have been locked down in 2 bedrooms with 12 children. Get those organizations that we shelled out that money to. Bring them to the table. We have to fix this. We can no longer come in front of these cameras and talk about what has happened, because we know what is going to happen if the circumstances does not change. And I'm asking all of you here today, take off your political hats, take out your personal vendettas, and let's get to work for our children. A 7-year-old girl almost lost her life this morning. A 12-year-old child had 12 inches of her intestines taken out this morning. I am telling you, enough is enough. Last night, a young man went to cut his children's hair in Prospect Village and never left, gunned down, execution style in front of his children. Enough is enough. I've had all I can stand, and as a parent, I don't want to put up with it any longer. And if you want to be a part of a solution, then let us sit down and come up with some strategies. But to constantly come across the board with this political wrangling, it has to stop. The election is in 2 years. We'll deal with that when it comes. Right now, we need to deal with our children being gunned down in the streets. And I'm asking each and every one of you to play a major role here. Find out about the parents in your community that are in a 1-bedroom with 6 children. Get that information to me. Get it to the mayor. We have to change that. We have to change our status quo, and we have to get the job done. I thank each and every one of you for coming. My heart is hurting right now. My heart is hurting for the parents. My heart is hurting for all the children that keep hearing the sirens in the middle of the night. My heart is aching, and I am saying to all of you, we must change this. We can no longer put words out without the deeds behind them. Thank you all. I appreciate you.
Our County Prosecutor, Angela Underford.
Good afternoon, everyone. Like the rest of the city of Trenton and like all the individuals who are here today, I was both shocked and dismayed to learn that these 2 girls were shot while just playing in the park. This violence has to stop. This city's a great city, but its name is being marred nationally because of all the violence that's going on. I've always said before that it's a sad state when we live in a country, and particularly in urban environments, where the leading cause of African Americans is homicide. That type of violence has to stop. Everyone should be able to enjoy this city. It should be able to be reopened in peace. Business should be coming back. This is a terrific place, but because of a small percentage of people, its name's being ruined. Just know that the prosecutor's office, along with the Trenton Police Department, are pursuing every lead in this matter, and we hope to have the offender to justice very soon. Thank you, everyone.
Our Police Director, Sheila Coley.
But I want to make sure that everyone sees, and those people who can't hear can actually read my lips as to what I'm actually saying. So many times I hear, why isn't Director Coley saying anything? Why isn't Director Coley stepping forward? Well, I'll tell you why. Because when I step forward, I want to have a clear message to give to you. I want to have a call to action for you. For me to stand before a camera every time someone is shot, it makes no sense, and all it does, it creates more violence. And how do I know this? Because every time we have a shooting, all I have to do is go on social media to see the offenders bragging about how many people they took down. To see the offenders saying, well, you took down an innocent person, that number doesn't count. Well, tell the mother and the family of the innocent person that their body didn't count. We are raising generation after generation of young folks that are desensitized to what is actually going on in the world. But we can still turn this around. So you want to know what Director Coley did this morning when the shooting came on? Director Coley got on the phone, she started making phone calls, she started sending text messages out. I said, now is the time for a call for action. Because if two young girls can't galvanize this community, then we have no hope and nothing else will. So I stand here as a partner to say we can still take this city back. There are 85,000 residents within this city. That quadrupled the number and then some with the number of police officers that I have. We want to take the city back. Every good person who lives on the block, you have a responsibility to help make your block safe. For all of those blocks that comprise a neighborhood, let's make that entire neighborhood safe. If we make the neighborhood safe, guess what? We're going to have a safer city. If you're waiting for the police to make you feel safe in your homes, it will never happen because you outnumber us. If you want to feel safe in your homes, it is incumbent upon all of us, and understanding that the police, we are the enforcement arm of the law. We would never leave a neighborhood behind. We would never leave a person behind if we can help it. But if it's not happening to your family, so you feel like you don't have a duty or responsibility, just wait. Just wait, because I promise you, eventually you will get your turn. So for all the lost opportunities that you could have had, that we could have had collectively, things that we could have done to prevent the next action from happening, we will have lost that. Let's not make a mistake about this. This is not a press conference to have a press conference. This is a true call to action from every resident, every business owner, every partner, every community leader, all our leaders from our faith organizations, everyone. It's a call to action for all of us. We should not be getting emotional and outraged, and I'm going to say it because sometimes we have to walk in the truth and we have to have those hard conversations, right? As outraged as we are with a white officer killing George Floyd, we should be equally outraged because we're having black on black crime. Let's not make this about the race, let's make this about the action. Now, someone said to me, oh, well, Director Coley said that this has never happened in Trenton. That's not what Director Coley said. Director Coley said what happened in Minneapolis, the way that it happened has never happened here in Trenton because Trenton has strong relationships between police and community. That's right. Have we had police shooters in Trenton? Yes. I know very few cities that has never, ever had a police shooting. So that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that our officers care enough. And if you don't believe me, when you look at the excessive force report, Trenton police officers are not known for using force in that way. You know what they're known for? Using the OC spray. So that means that they have not even really come in contact with you. And I'm putting it out there because it's already documented. When I started here, I said I will always walk in the truth. And if it's not right today, it won't be right tomorrow, and I'm going to call it fair or foul. So that's what Director Coley said. That's what I meant. And if you need me to clarify it any further, I'm certainly open for conversation. We have to maintain the relationships that we have built here over the years. I agree with our council president. Politics has no place here. Personal issues have no place here. Because what you do with that is you create a barrier, a space for crime and opportunity to occur. As best we can, with social distancing, we're standing shoulder to shoulder, side to side, and together, people, we can get this done. I am committed to this. I want you to be equally committed to this. Don't let the rage that we have today dissipate overnight, and then tomorrow we're back to normal. I like the mere thing, any 12 and 7-year-old child should have an opportunity to use the playground. And guess what? That in itself is an abnormal situation because how many kids are actually utilizing the playgrounds? Because we have gotten them conditioned to playing games. So to actually have kids who want to go outside and utilize the playground is all of our jobs in here to make sure that those playgrounds are safe enough for them to enjoy. Our outrage today should carry us through this evening, through tomorrow, through the rest of our lives as long as we're here in Trenton and other places. Let's not wait for the next incident. Let's not wait to see what the next incident is. Let's take action now. Thank you.
And if we want to change things, then we've got to come together as a community. And when I say come together as a community, that means that we can't whisper about this thing. It's our black community, our white community in Trenton. It's our Hiltonians as well as going down to the bottom. It's every single one of our communities working together in order to make a change. If one of us hurts, all of us should be hurting. And I can't believe that we have senseless gun violence with children in parks. We've got to change this. And the only ones who can change it are us that are sitting in the room. Thank you.
Good afternoon, good evening. Real briefly, first I just want to give my deepest condolences to the families of those young children who are in the hospital from my last word right now, and we hope that they survive and they come to a full, well recovery. But basically I want to say that the city of Trenton is under 3 trenches right now. The senator said it so lovely, but we got this COVID-19 that we've been dealing with for the last several months. Then we got this George Floyd, a case that has not only got national attention, but international attention because they're protesting in other countries right now. And we also got a sad, tragic case of black-on-black crime. And this black-on-black crime is the reason why probably we're here today, amongst other reasons. But the only way we're going to deal with these 3 systemic issues is that the people in the community must be connected to our leadership. When you look around the country or around the state, Newark had a protest with their mayor and their leaders. There was no issues. Camden had a protest with their mayor and their police officers. In fact, some of their police officers joined in the protest. The key here is connecting the leadership to the people. Because when you connect the leadership to the people, you begin to wash away these problems. Because the people begin to develop relationships with the leadership, and the leaderships develop relationships with the people. So when you have a problem with black on black crime and you want to solve that case, then that leader can walk in that community and speak to every resident in that community, and that resident would tell the mayor or that leader what happened, and that's how you solve these murders and get these people off the street. I'm going to end this because I'm going to be very brief. I was listening to Dr. Martin Luther King today because I came up, I was at a veterans home today feeding the veterans, and I was coming back down the turnpike. So I like to listen to positive things. So I listened to Dr. Martin Luther King, and he said, and it was very deep, the man was prophetic, but he said, he quoted the American dream, and it says that all men are created equal, and they are endowed by certain inalienable rights. And those rights that they're endowed by come from God. But that slogan said all men. It didn't say certain privileged white men. It didn't say certain privileged Jews or certain privileged blacks. It said all men are created equal. So if all men are created equal, then we all got to come together and fight the COVID-19, the black on black crime, and this police brutality that's facing the whole country, and this whole thing can be destroyed. So we got to come together, the leaders got to come together, the mayor, this man, we supported this man, the ASME union, and we continue to support him. We supported Kathy McBride, we support Shirley Turner, and we'll continue to support them as long as they have the interests of the people firsthand and make sure that the interests of the people is what their agenda should be from the beginning of their term to the end of their term. And that's how we can fight this systemic racism. So this black on black crime got to stop. We got to stop looting these stores. Looting the store is not going to bring Floyd back or stop black on black crime. But the only way the people can stop looting and rioting is if when protests or demonstrations happen because of black on black crime or because of Floyd or because of COVID-19, when we have demonstrations like this, it has to be a combination of the leadership and the people. And that's how we'll continue to have success as the people. God bless y'all. Keep praying for those two little children. Thank you.
My name is Regina Thompson Jenkins. You don't know how hard I had to get here today. My heart is full. This 8 years later, we are here again, 8 years later. Trey was killed almost 8 years later. We are here. I have been to the national level. I have sat down with Biden. We got to change. We have to. The only way you're going to make change is you got to have a seat at the damn table. You got to get here to the table because this is breaking my heart. When children are being gunned down in our streets, it's not normal. My son, 19, he would have been 27 in July. I can't see him be a man. I can't see him be a man. But this is the face of a broken mother. I don't pretend these tears. I live this life every day. I live it. My husband, he has to deal with, I'm tired of marching. I'm tired of protesting. Let's put this action into place. We gotta do it. We got to. My heart is full. My heart is full. Everybody in here, how many kids have thanked me, don't graduate college? Reach a kid. It doesn't take that much. Give them a book reward. Help them do college. Say most of our kids are broken and don't even have the opportunity. So community. We got to. I'm broken right now. But when I got this call, I had to come. It's my duty. Because I live in this city. I live in this city. And 8 years later, we are here again. I feel like I can't rest until it's done. This gun violence is out of our city. And I will continue to march and be with our people until we get these guns off this street. Thank you.
There were, one gentleman was 30 years old. There was I believe, a young man. I don't know what his age, and then there was a 10-year-old little girl. And then the 7-year-old was not shot, but was injured running away.
Okay, and then the other male, you don't have any idea how old?
I believe he was a juvenile.
He was a juvenile.
I don't know what his age.
Where was he shot?
Do not know. Is Director Coley still here?
Sure. We can clarify that. There was a male born March of 1989, sustained a gunshot wound to the left arm and left knee. That person's in stable condition. There was a female that was shot, born in February of 2008 with a gunshot wound to the stomach, stable condition. Another female born in January of 2013 who, while she was fleeing from the gunshots, fell and sustained a bruise to her head. My understanding was that she was about to be released from the hospital. And the third individual was born in May of 1984. That's the individual with the gunshot wound through the rib cage, and that person is in critical but stable condition.